The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense shared a video on March 6th showing a Russian Su-34 fighter-bomber shot down. The Su-34 jet struck at Ukrainian military infrastructure and civilian residents in Kharkiv and Chernihiv, the Defense Ministry said. While limited details are available regarding the incident, unconfirmed reports state that it's been taken down by an FIM-92 Stinger. Viewers may note that a decent number of Stingers have made their way into Ukraine from several countries, and it's probably the most potent MANPAD, or Man-Portable Air Defense System, available to the Ukrainian forces. From the footage, it seems that the aircraft was flying low and tried to evade the missile using flares, but was unsuccessful. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how a Russian frontline strike aircraft, like Su-34, is being shot down by a MANPAD such as Stinger. We'll first check the profile of the Su-34 and Stinger, and then decipher two key reasons for the surprising incident. Let's get started. The Sukhoi Su-34, NATO reporting name Fullback, is a Soviet-origin, Russian, twin-engine, twin-seat, all-weather, supersonic, medium-range fighter-bomber or strike aircraft. It first flew in 1990, intended for the Soviet Air Forces, and it entered service in 2014 with the Russian Air Force. Based on the Sukhoi Su-27 Flanker air superiority fighter, the Su-34 has an armored cockpit for side-by-side seating of its two-person crew. The Su-34 is designed primarily for tactical deployment against ground and naval targets that includes bombing, attack, and interdiction roles against small and mobile targets on solo and group missions in the daytime and at night. Importantly, it can conduct missions under adverse weather conditions as well as in a hostile environment, with the ability to counter fire and deploy electronic warfare (EW) countermeasures. It can reach speeds of Mach 1.8, has a range of 4,500 kilometers or 2,800 miles, and a service ceiling of 17,000 meters or 56,000 feet. The FIM-92 Stinger is a MANPAD that operates as an infrared homing surface-to-air missile, SAM. It's been adapted to fire from a wide variety of ground vehicles and helicopters, air-to-air Stinger. Developed in the United States, it entered service in 1981 and is used by the militaries of the United States and 29 other countries. It's principally manufactured by Raytheon Missile Systems and is produced under license by EADS in Germany and Roketsan in Turkey, with 70,000 missiles produced. Over the years, the system has been updated to take out evolving threats. It has a targeting range of up to 4.8 kilometers or 3 miles and can engage low-altitude enemy threats at up to 3.8 kilometers or 2.35 miles. The Stinger is launched by a small ejection motor that pushes it a safe distance from the operator before engaging the main two-stage solid fuel sustainer, which accelerates it to a maximum speed of Mach 2.54. It has a 1.02 kilogram, 2.25 pound warhead. Let's now understand the two reasons for the shootdown. In ideal conditions, an aircraft like Su-34 is not supposed to fly at low altitudes. Russian forces appear to have held back the precision-guided armaments that Russian attack aircraft, such as the Su-34, were designed to carry and can be deployed from high altitudes. The reason for doing so seems to be due to the fact that the Russian Air Force is lacking the required quantity of precision-guided munitions, or PGMs, and are dependent on dumb bombs. Hitting a target with dumb bombs, which have no guidance, requires coming in low, and this exposes the aircraft to threats such as the Stinger. Stinger has passive sensors and doesn't emit any radiation. It can't be detected by radar warning receivers, and a missile approach warning system is required, which is present in the Su-34, and hence the pilot was able to deploy the flares. But flares are not the best counter, and a DIRCM would have possibly made a difference. Directional Infrared Countermeasures (DIRCM) are a class of anti-missile systems produced to protect aircraft from infrared homing missiles, primarily manpads and similar simple systems. Infrared countermeasures, like flares or hot block systems, produce random flashes of IR light that are semi- or omnidirectional. This results in the missile seeker receiving relatively little IR energy due to the inverse square law. DIRCM systems instead aim their IR output directly at the missile using some source of tracking information and a trainable emitter. This allows a relatively small device to overwhelm the missile seeker by focusing all of its output on it. A Russian example is the 101 KSO, which is present in Su-57 but not in Su-34. War is ruthless, and chinks in the armor will inevitably get exposed. This is what's happening with the Russian Air Force. It's well known that massive corruption has eaten into funds meant for the military, and this could be the reason for low precision-guided munition inventory. It's also evident that Russian aircraft have few technological incapabilities that can make them vulnerable in the battle space. Lack of DIRCM is just one of them. Recently, 3 nations have rejected the Su-35. A major reason was the lack of AESA radar. To know more about that, check the video on the above card. So it appears that the Russian Air Force is not as fearsome as made out to be. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.